Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Nice.
We were just talking about the
Appreciate
spell Iron Beard.
It's a good one. It's funny. I'll use it one day.
I mean,
Not as Tessel, to be clear.
or as Cell, considering it requires a beard to cast.
I just shaved.
Mm-hmm.
Your monthly shave?
No, if I don't shave for a month, it's not like this. I shaved like 2 days ago. So
Nice.
Josh is in chat to taunt me that he won't come hang out with me again.
don't talk about Viking, please. I just rolled like literally 2 ones and like, and I was just done. I didn't even get to. I didn't roll a single attack. 2 ones.
I just know that one of these Mondays, I'm gonna be like, Josh is gonna pop in and tail end of the stream and be like, "Oh, Josh, want to hang out with me again?" He'd be like, "No, I was too busy hanging out with Nick." I'd be like, "What?" Nick would be like, "Yeah, Josh and I hung out like a couple days ago." I'd be like, "No," and then I'll have no friends.
So set the scene first, Scott. What's going on?
I'm eating an ice cream cone. It's really good.
Good. I'm happy for you. I mean, it's gonna suck later, but happy for you.
Well, if you look at him, he's sucking now.
It'll suck both times. In and out.
It's usually how that works.
You never know.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. Hey, Josh, you want to do a Mass Effect campaign on Thursday nights? Want to do one on Thursday nights, Josh?
I'll message you.
You said that prior. Yeah. Gary might play, so you can meet my my final sibling. Aurorum Mass Effect?
We have space clans.
I do it on Lost Initiative, except that'd be 2 sci-fi campaigns on Lost Initiative. Would that be okay? Would that be a little too much? What do you think?
It'd be fine. Or would it be too much? Too much sci-fi?
Can't have too much sci-fi.
I'm almost done here. Anything you guys want to RP with one another before we jump in? I just really need an ice cream.
No, I just, don't know what's been happening. I'm sure Tessel dealt with the Shoka situation.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah, actually, how are you handling that?
Done?
You have to send somebody out.
I think Tessel would go meet him personally.
No, I mean, I imagine Shoka would come to your home.
Yeah, he comes, right? And then, but Tessel would meet him.
Yeah, but would you have the other advisors with you when you meet with Shoka?
No, it'd be private because this is like not a celebratory thing. You know what I mean?
Sure. We're gonna leave that little icon on Shoka's head because he got his ass beat.
Yeah, Tessel would just talk to him probably for like an hour or something, right? Just get to like talk to him, offer him any supplies he would need, and tell him everyone fails, but it's not the end of the road. And then Tessel would probably tell the story of his failure too, to beat Kind Kohai. And at the end of it, he came back out and became a stronger person and more resolute in his views, right?
And then
So
promptly
you're starting Shoka off on a revenge arc then.
No, because we don't teach
get
revenge.
Stronger because he got beat so quickly. He's gonna go. There's gonna be a training montage, and then he's gonna like find her again years down the road, and he's gonna take back his honor.
That's up to Shoka. He has to decide what he must do. But there's
You're
always
also Shoka, so I'm asking.
so probably not Or revenge, as in he would want to challenge her again, but not revenge to kill, because that's not the way of the clan, right? But he would he wants to redeem himself, right? Make up for his failures. So he's gonna go out, explore the world, find who he is, right? Find what he wants, and then whatever he does, he does.
Mm-hmm.
I have, that's not I'm not on the journey, so I can't really say what he would want to do at the end of it. But he's a.
So are you leaving it up to Scott?
I mean, I don't think he'll come back, but yeah, it's up to Scott. Scott wants input on it at any point in the future. He can let me know.
He's getting excommunicated, dude.
Yeah, I know he's not coming back unless he chooses to.
Where are you leading him out of the nation?
I would ask him what direction he wants to go, and I'll arrange for him to be able to travel that direction.
You're being way too nice to somebody who brought dishonor to your clan.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter to Tessel.
Wow.
Has he not done things that every clan has looked down upon already? Is he supposed to care for another things?
Wow.
He doesn't follow the Kajinxi way.
Wow.
That's
Jake,
very obvious.
We're gonna pay for this.
Hey, this isn't.
There was an easy way around this.
We are
could
not
have
gonna
had
pay for this.
Josh as part of this campaign, but you guys
My
fucked that up.
God. My God. Anyway, he'd probably recommend him to go to Daelands to fight with them against the Baron. Because that's a good place to learn who you are in the middle of war and combat. So that's probably the direction he would recommend him to go. But he leaves it up to him, provides him food and water.
Oh. Oh my God, that's so good.
I don't get it.
Oh. You
That's even funnier.
But you like just graduated from high school. You read that book like 3 years ago. I read that book like 23 years ago.
What book?
Of Mice and Men?
Didn't read that book. So,
It was a good book.
I'll believe you, but I didn't read the book, so that's why I don't get it.
It's like 98 pages. Just read the damn book.
I probably won't.
It's a really good book.
I believe you.
Especially since you have a modern lens. Like your first reading is going to be through a modern lens. Like you have to understand, like when we read it, it's like when I read that book about 20 years ago, I didn't have the same perspective of like societal understanding of like shit that you would have at say 15 years old or 20 years old or whatever, right? Like it's just, we live in different worlds. So like if you're reading that book now, it would be an experience. We were actually discussing this book at work not too long ago, and needless to say, I had a different perspective than most of the other. But I think at this point, we all kind of expect that. So, anyways, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he just gives him the food, offers a direction, but lets him choose what he wants to do. He's his own person. And then he goes off, probably to the southern border, and then from there, who knows?
All right. So he's getting the boot. Honestly, knowing how dishonorable your clan is, it's probably just fucking. He sneaks out, and like 3 weeks later, he just comes in with like a fake mustache.
No, he wouldn't be allowed back in. Okay.
He's
You
like,
wouldn't let him back in if he really wanted to come back?
I'm Choka.
No,
Totally
I
not
wouldn't
the
let him
same.
back in. No, Tessel wouldn't let him back into the clan. Tessel doesn't like the rules of Kajinxi, but he can't like obviously disrespect all of them and break them. He has to pick and choose the fights he'll win, and this is just the one that he thinks he shouldn't fight for because this can help Shoka grow as a person.
Exactly, which is why Choka is a new member of your clan.
So
And then
Shoka doesn't.
ambassador to Kujibashi.
I imagine Naren sitting there and be like, "What?" Like,
but
I
he-
listen.
He has
He
a
clearly
handlebar mustache and he goes back.
he's rocking a Tom Selleck. Oh, oh, it's so funny.
Oh my god. So anyway, yeah, but he has to leave within the day because it's just the rules of it, right?
I mean, the fact that he went all the way back to his clan first is already being a little forgiven. He should
Yeah,
have just been.
but
He should have been marched by Kushibashi straight to the Eldamar forest and said, "You're gone." But
Yeah, but
Nick,
then he snuck back in.
Nick's character just turned a blind eye as he let Shado handle his problem as a ill advised favor to his clan. So.
I mean, nothing happened. He got food and water and was sent.
Wow. He didn't deserve that food, that water, the kind words, or anything else.
Well, good thing no one was there to see it. And who gives a fuck what anyone else thinks?
I'm sure the broken chain saw it.
And the Broken Chain are not particularly good people, as we've seen.
Oh, I'm sure other people will know how not good of people Shado is. when it
You,
comes
you
to
better
Kushibashi.
you better roll your your checks to figure out if someone is spying on that. That's all I got to say. No DM
Yeah,
hacks
that's right.
it.
You dishonor your family. You dishonor your cow. Anyways, yeah, let's go. So winter's coming. Is kind of an important thing. With the cold weather rolling in, this is obviously something that you guys are going to have to kind of deal with down here. With the barren lands, that means the winter raids are going to be starting soon. So you're going to have to deal with the tribes from down south raiding for any supplies they can get their hands on just to try to survive, or at least the opportunity to come further north where there's just like a couple degrees difference in warmth. Just to survive a little bit longer, especially as their own tribes are being pushed out from the very precious small areas of that massive lake where you can actually continue to find fish, as they're like overfished hardcore throughout the winter to try to survive. It is definitely something that Jake is going to have to deal with there. Also, with winters coming to the rainforest, yeah, that's right. There's winter in a rainforest. It's just not quite the same as winters elsewhere. The more fragile ecosystems there are going to be, suffering a little bit of what's going on. The Fae themselves go through a seasonal change. When the Fae are in the springtime, they're very loving and kind and promiscuous. The Fae in the summertime are joyous and friendly. They are dancing about and having fun. The Fae in the fall are become a bit more somber, but are still enjoying like merriment and whatnot. Kind of gluttonous. In the fall time, you can certainly still be enjoy like festivities and whatnot that they have there, but there's concerns to go about it. But the Fae in the wintertime become either reclusive, removed from the others, or become vicious, they'll like attack on sight. You know what I mean? They become feral. So the Fae in the wintertime are also just a dangerous thing to have to deal with. So the more you're pushed into their lands, Nick with his next incoming kingdom roll, the more you're pushed into their lands, the more you have to deal with on the flip side, right? And then dealing with actually Clan Shado, it's actually not so bad for him. The Perrin don't exactly, I mean, don't get me wrong, they will march north in the winter because it's warmer north. So they will push the borders in the wintertime, sure, but it's not a guaranteed thing at all, especially being in a mountainous region like that. It's cold as fuck. You just got to deal with how harsh the winter is there. But it's really the likelihood of Clan Theron coming and attacking in the wintertime, it's actually pretty slender. That's pretty slim. That's more of a summertime concern. Again, you just have to deal with more harsh winters. The fact that your crops are probably going to fail. You're not going to get as much food from it as you normally would, so on and so forth. Yeah, that sort of a thing. These are kind of growing concerns between all of you, because you all have certain things that you've kind of grown to rely on this spring, this summer, and now going into the fall. All a bit of a concern. leading you to understand why it is that the northern clans have more consistent success, less dangers around them, and significantly more time for growth and so on and so forth. But also with this coming fall comes a bit of news coming down from the northern clans. You guys put a request in a significant amount of time ago, and your request is finally being met. Why are you shaking your head, Celsior?
It's been so long.
So let's bring the map over to where you guys can see a little bit better. Boom and boom. You were invited by one of the northern clans, one of the 3 primary northern clans, whose names and whatnot I haven't told you yet because it doesn't matter as of yet. By one of the 3 primary northern clans to join with them to a court gala to that we'll have, because it's such a big event. There will actually be a ball one of the evenings where there will literally be like dress up and dance and merriment, as well as again like a gala where there will be like artwork and whatnot, and ambassadors from other nations and whatnot coming there, as well as leaders of the clans, etc., as well as a few other things there, opportunities for you to go and meet with others, to hobnob and hognog and rub elbows and so on and so forth, but also an opportunity to be before the courts. You're not just traveling north of your own volition, right? You actually have reason to be up there. And because you have reason to be up there, you also have the ability to push for resolution for what had transpired all that time ago, and seeing what full retribution can come to place against, what was it, Ting Chang? No, who is that you were against? No, not Ting Chang. I got it. I got to look at my other map. I got to look at my...
Zing.
Foucault was the guy.
Zinging. Zinqing.
Zinquin? I think it's
Zinquin. Yeah.
Zinquin is what it is.
Yeah, Zinquin.
Yep, I just gotta go over here and fiddle with this map over here. I just always turn up my fog of war like crazy, so that when I'm making Patreon videos, they can't see stuff that's supposed to. There we go. Yep, Zinquin. Against Zinquin. That's what it needs to be against. And Jake was making faces while I was talking about that, so I just want to remind Jake, this is a full-blown medieval court. Kajinxi is in the north. It's just what they think is being high class, high society, so on and so forth. Others would think of somebody doing like a low-budget parody of it, right? So when they're wearing...
you had me worried there. I was like, what country are we in?
Yeah, remember, the northern clans, when they have like a ball or a gala or whatever it is, like the people that are dressed up, again, if you were in another country looking in, you'd be like, oh boy, you know what, they're trying, right?
So
right?
This is like imitation Daelric.
Nick, stop saying such things. Yeah, more or less. Exactly. Yes, more or less. But they do not. It is not graceful. But from your character's perspective, you're either going to look upon it as like, wow, they have an incredible, like, this is the cutting edge of fashion. This is what finery, so on and so forth is. Or definitely from the perspective of Densho would be, this is why we grow weak. You know what I mean? Like, Shado wouldn't have any reason to super look down upon it, and neither would Kushibashi have a reason to super look down upon it, because they aren't weak. You know what I mean? They have military that is strong. They have productivity that is well done. It's just because he's kind of like, you know, he's still in the old country, you know.
A boomer, some would say.
I mean, he's the boomer's dad. So, yeah. His daughter is the boomer. So anyways, wait, the 3 clans need to Power Ranger up before Scott kills us all?
No, we're not going to be joining together. We are stronger, independent of one another.
If they were Power Rangers, who would be who? I suppose Nick's character would have to be Jason. He'd have to be the Red Ranger.
I never watched Power Rangers.
I imagine Jake's character would be Zach, the Black Ranger, right? And Tesla's definitely Billy. Tesla's
I've never watched it. I don't know.
Billy.
Oh
Oh my god,
Google this now.
Tesla's so Billy. The Blue Ranger. Oh my gosh, so Billy. Oh boy. Tesla's Billy, right? Yeah, Snaka, you get it. Wow. Let me put it this way. He's the only one with the glasses, and it was the 90s. Oh. I personally,
I mean, he is the
I
brains of it. Okay, I'll take it.
I liked Trini and Kim, but I guess I was a young boy, and I was like, nah, girls, you know. So, but Tommy was my favorite Ranger of them all. Anyways, back to game. So yeah, you get that you receive this invitation. And of course, immediately in receiving this invitation, I imagine your characters would want to confer with one another, allowing you to meet with each other inside Clan Vosk to do so.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually funny because in a meeting before I mentioned we should probably go up there one day and meet the court.
Okay. So, you guys are going to be going to head to Clan Vosk. This is an important thing you need to do before we get into the RP of kind of like your characters discussing this. Is could each of you choose a different person in chat to roll a D100 while you're meeting in Vosk? Don't worry about it. Just ask somebody in chat to roll.
Apocalypto.
Oh, Tyler?
Anonymous.
Is big Tyler? Have you hung out with Tyler yet, Nick?
I
think you
know
met
who
him.
Tyler is.
You don't know who Tyler is? Oh.
No.
Oh. Wow. Tyler, D100.
Lightning. I'm sorry, I gotta pick lightning. Listen, these guys are asking for me.
Tyler, are you playing Dark Alliance with me and Pat tomorrow? Oh, by the way, everybody, tomorrow I'm going live and playing with Patrick Static. I'm gonna be playing some the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, the new game.
It's D100.
No, you're not. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, so he rolled a 31 for Nick. Cool. LD rolled a 59 for... Nope.
No, that was Xylemos. God dang it, Xylemos.
Jake, who are you rolling for?
Anonymous to roll.
Oh, Xylemos rolled you a 59? Okay, cool.
94.
Oh.
That's really good or really bad?
Awesome. So the really big question here was, what was bad? High, medium, or low? I'm going to choose my representative now. Who do I have here? You know what? Always go true with Viking Magoo. Viking.
Low, please.
Viking, we're splitting this into thirds.
Why are you so mad, Joey? It's low.
Low it is.
It's really good then. I don't know what it means.
There you go. Oh, so you're not going to play Dark Alliance? It's too bad. I have no idea who we're playing with. I asked Pat. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll play. And I actually just downloaded the game before it went live. And he has no idea who we're playing with. I just know it's me and him. So I could talk about Faerunian lore while playing the game because I be nerd. So he's like, you're the token lore guy. Come along, friend.
So Scott, explain what this thing is.
Yeah. So, I mean, Nick, they're playing in Sword Coast North. I mean, you're literally playing as Canterbury, Drist, Wolfgar, and Brunor. You're literally playing as them, and it takes place only 30 years after the Crinchebenon, or however you pronounce it, Crinchebenon. I mean, that's like how many campaigns did we run in that place during that time frame? You know? Yeah. What a freaking surprise. It's on the Sword Coast. Of course it is Viking. It's called fanfare. You know? It's you do what you I mean, come on, it's nerd baiting. That's what it is.
Is Tomb of Annihilations the only 5e module not on the Sword Coast other than like Barovia? Strahd?
Strahd isn't and Eberron isn't.
Oh, but Eberron's not a module.
Oh, it's not? I thought they had modules. I don't know.
Oh, they might. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, so you guys are meeting inside of the Vrosk. when you guys are happening. So you guys, of course, have your details. You're going to meet together to kind of like discuss what the plan is moving forward, how it is you want to move up there, what you're going to do when you're hanging back here. But it is important to note that, are you ready for this? It is a fall fair. This is going to be taking place right after the harvest. This is taking place specifically in November. So your characters have some stuff that they're going to have to take care of before they go. More or less is one more kingdom roll before you go. But we're not going to do that like next session. You have other RP stuff to take care of. But it will your final kingdom roll, like your November kingdom roll, will be without you there. So you might have stuff to take care of to prepare yourselves for. So you're inside Vrosk to go to speak with one another. Did any of you bring any of your advisors with you when you came to this meeting inside of Vrosk? Vosk, sorry, I put an R in there. Vosk.
Bring Irithel.
So you would bring an advisor? Would anybody else bring an advisor?
No. Well, I have Hoko there, so no.
So you would just have Hoko kind of sit there? And for you, Tessel?
And this is discussing. I'd probably bring Ilya.
You said Irithel, Leah. And you said you just are happy with Hoko? Who I don't think I have a token for anymore, do I? Do I not have a token for Hoko? I don't think I do. So let me just do this. I can make it nice and easy. I'm just going to copy and paste Shadow Tessel and turn him into Hoko for now.
Oh, you cursed him.
Hoko. All right. So this is what you have with you boys for chatting. Okay. Let's get into it. You would have, of course, the details. So Aaliyah will be the one to start it off, just to make sure you guys, I don't have to wait 20 minutes for you guys to do it. Aaliyah would say, well, about time. Our word seems to have reached the ears of the clans to the north. If I understand correctly, none of these clans were invited to the harvest ball any of the past few years. So the fact that all of us were given an invitation this time suggests that we must be doing something to merit, or they've lowered their standards. To that, Hoko would look a little bit like annoyed, like, what the fuck, dude? And Irithel would actually chuckle, completely understanding that the joke was more or less, she's kind of getting ahead of the joke that they would play against you when you got up there. So Irithel would actually chuckle to that a little bit. Irithel would chime in and say, yes, well, it seems as though we've been given this invitation to be honored to have their presence before us. If I had to suggest why, it is to make sure they've reestablished their dominance over our clans. We are small clans, but have been making a bit of a mess as of late. And so, ensuring our obedience would be the reason I expect they would invite us. Ensuring obedience, perhaps, but it's also an opportunity for us to go and see to the courts themselves. Yes, yes, I know. And he actually looks directly at Densho, Varix, I should say, and says, Warlord, I actually do know a person or two up in that area that might be able to, shall we say, arrange a meeting with one of the court's council.
Yes, Irithel, that is why I brought you. I know your specialty is the court system.
I've spent a considerable amount of time in the courts. The two of you that don't know Irithel well, so you two other PCs are welcome to roll an insight check or sense motive check. Well, It's good that you're not in combat again. God
Roll
damn
on
it.
the
Dang, that's like not fun.
Nick, you gonna roll?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it because I'm old and blind.
Hey, you what? What's your modifier? Varix, don't roll anything. What's your modifier?
Uh,
For sense motive.
oh, 5.
I said Varix. What's your modifier for sense motive?
My modifier 0.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Could you go ahead and roll me go ahead and roll me a sense motive? I just want to see if you can. If you roll a 6, just to be clear. Okay. I was gonna let LD make a demon for your campaign.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Yeah. Sorry, LD. Much love to you,
Hey.
but I couldn't get it for you. So, all right. So, anyways, you just made a demon? Oh, well, in that case, well, I don't care about your game.
He did.
So back to the game. You guys are not able to pick up anything. Jake, you obviously know that he is definitely came from being a lesser noble. So yeah. He spent time in the courts. More or less, he was trying to portray a heightened self-importance because he was part of the lower courts, the much lower courts.
Yep.
Not quite the way that. But yeah, yours is Irithel. Yeah. Nonetheless, go ahead. You guys can, of course, chime in at this point.
Elia, your family were traders in the north. What do you know of their system?
Considerable amounts, honestly, and I do suggest, I heavily suggest, that while the absence of both yourself and myself from our courts would be a difficult thing, especially going into the winter, but I do suggest you bring me with you. I know a considerable number of people that I can introduce you to myself, friendships and the like, and honestly, I might see my father.
I already planned on bringing you. I'm glad we agree
She'll
on
actually
it.
bow low as you say that. I already plan on bringing you. As you continue speaking, she'll give a low bow and say thank you.
I'm glad we agree on it. I figured you could give us a rundown on the system. Have you been to this ball?
Yes, but truth be told, warlordy. My apologies. Actually, what is the vernacular for plural and warlord when addressing multiple of you at once?
Warlords? Tesla kind of says questioning because he's never thought of this before.
She leaves the question open.
Greg shrugs.
Looks over to Naren.
I think warlords would be fine.
She head nod and says, truth be told, warlords, as last time I was up there, I wasn't even double digits. I couldn't tell you the age, 7, 8, and being Perrin, that's rather immature.
He nods.
Joey, best answer. Joey, fucking on fire.
There's only one leader at a time that could ever exist.
Honestly, I would go back and watch this VOD on Twitch just to reread Joey's freaking comments all session. They've been on point. All right. Anyways, so she says, I was 7, maybe 8. I was rather immature back then. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't trained in how it is to behave up there. And as I said, there are certainly faces I'd be familiar with.
Good. It'll be useful for us. Any people we can get in touch with that can be allies to us in the north would help our future needs if the time arises we're attacked again.
What kind of preparations should we make to make a good showing when we travel north?
Aerithel will actually chime in and say, First and foremost, it is important to remember you are not traveling north to the northern clans. You are traveling north through the southern clans. The way you choose to travel and present yourself is going to be known by all the other clans, especially those that weren't invited. So you're going to want to adequately dress your entourage, and of course, bring an adequately sized entourage to represent this. It's also important to note that you're going to want to bring gifts. Definitely need to bring gifts. Arithel, honestly, I didn't think about that at first, but an appropriate gift to represent the clan that you're in. He seems annoyed that she spoke over him. Something that would be of significance would certainly help in this matter. He says, yes, of course. And then looking to Densho, he would say, I'd hate to say it, Warlord, because the significance of them is rather, shall we say, significance, but also perhaps the safety of putting them inside of a vault of some northern clan would be an intelligence thing to do until we can understand them further. But those tusks, or at the very least one of them, would be quite the grand gift if given to one of the northern clans.
Varys takes a deep breath. Give them one of the tusks.
I'm, shall we say, openly contemplating.
He looks annoyed, but not at Irithel.
Yep. So and during that silence where everybody's kind of sad for a moment, Hoko finally chimes in and says, I'll go.
Hoko, you're needed here. I will most likely bring Machinko.
He shakes his head and says, I'll go. From Vosk.
Hoko, you're needed here. I will bring Machinko.
He thinks for a moment and says, but they know me in the north.
Let's verify that real quick.
He says, from the battles I've won, they know me in the north. I'm not known Lightspear from the south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I should probably read some people's character sheets now that they're updated.
Oh, my word.
Oh, God. Which one of you assholes is making me bring Buddy Light? You're making me bring Bud Light to a party. All right. That guy. Is it Bud Light Lime? It is.
Well, Rick Vosk.
Yeah, I retract my words.
You think about it for a second, you're like, oh yeah, you did fight in many battles before, didn't you? That's why I like you.
Yeah.
And so how do you do you actually say I retract my word? Like how do you kind of walk it back?
I would say maybe a good showing of the force from the south would set a good precedence, at least to our neighbors.
Leah would say, I don't understand, warlords. How is it that Clint Vosk would be able to come if he wasn't invited? And then Irithel would chime in and say, he could be sponsored. If 3, and certainly if we can convince a 4th clan that has invitation, sponsors for him to come. He comes and acts on our names, then on the name of our clan. It's a way of lifting up an ally, giving them an opportunity, but at the same time, be careful whose name it is you choose to join with your own. You don't want to be the person that someone uses as a personal reference when they have put their resume into a job only to have them sleep with the boss's wife and quit after 3 months. Your career is probably not going to go very far in that company.
Do we know the other
Why-
clans that are invited?
Irithel shakes his head and says, "My eyes have been looking south for some time. I honestly forgot about the ball. Again, having not been invited for some time, it slipped my mind. I may have time to look into such things, but I may not. Other duties call and so on."
No worries. I only have one concern. I'll deal with it.
Irithel, is this ball going to be an offense to us? To Densho, specifically?
What do you mean by that, Warlord?
We do not dress up and draw pictures to be displayed around the wherever it is that this ball is.
Warlord,
They will likely talk down on us like the North do, even though it is us that holds the border. If there was to be another horde come through our way in the Barren Lands, and they were to make their way through, the North would be thrown into chaos.
Warlord, it's important to follow Kajinxi customs, including Northern Kajinxi customs. And so whoever it is that you bring with you needs to be appropriately adorned in the colors of Densho, in the garb of the North. That is all, including the warlords to your left and right, except for you. You are the Ashen Orc. You would be expected to wear your grandfather's armor. In doing so, you would be representing something more significant than just your clan, but the existence of their clans. It gives you a degree of status. For if it wasn't for your blood and the lineage of the existence of your, I suppose, mystical nature, Kajinxi may not have even existed.
Well, I was going to wear the armor anyway, but that's good to know I don't have to dress up.
Aaliyah says, "Perhaps you should shine it up, though, please. Perhaps you should shine it up, though." And then bows. Please.
Are you volunteering?
She shakes her head and says, "No, but I'd be more than happy to point you towards Jorman."
He nods and was like, okay.
If you need your armor shines.
Jorman's like, "What the fuck, bro? You got shit to do." Shining armor? Like, give it to a Sally.
Just be happy if Densho bathes.
Yeah.
Does he actually say that?
Mm.
Hoko laughs, like a snorting laugh. Arithel does it one of those like to Hoko, you know, like
Tessa doesn't have a reaction to it.
Yeah, very, very also eyes off Hoko.
But so he Aaliyah says, "I think this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us. I would say there are other advisors that would be more than happy to come along, but we can't exactly go jumping ahead of ourselves. I think bringing more than one advisor with you would probably be a little off-putting. Besides, we don't want to leave our homes completely unprotected and unadvised. That being said, if things go well," and Arithel nods and says, yes, Aaliyah. "If things go well in the harvest ball, you very well may be able to join into the summers. And if things go well there as well, there is one each season. You may have an open invitation to many. early on, it is, shall we say, suggested that you attend when you're invited. Not doing so tends to not bode well for the future endeavors of a clan. After the invitations become less pointed and more open, then you have a bit more freedom to choose.
What clan is hosting the ball?
He contemplates for a moment and says, honestly, I wouldn't know. It switches hands each time. Each clan vies for who has the responsibility. With there being 4 balls and 3 northern clans, more often than not, one will end up hosting 2 events, and it's considered a point of pride. And to reject hosting an event and to do 0, I don't know if such a thing has ever been done. So that is another question to ask of the North. Nothing that I have been looking into.
No, he'll turn to Shado and say, you should bring Pete. He's from one of these clans. Might have some useful information, depending on who's hosting.
Oh, then we shall bring Pete. I see no problem with it. He dresses in a weird fashion and acts strangely, but I'm sure that's northern tradition.
I hope not too strangely. I look forward to meeting him.
Be prepared.
Aaliyah looks back and forth between the two of you and says, Pete's charming.
Pete is a fine lad, but it's a bit peculiar, I guess.
What is?
I've just never seen someone act that way, not in the South where we are.
Well, he's from the North, so I guess that makes sense.
He challenged me to an instrument he's never played before. It was such confidence. I can't wait to destroy him in it. Yes.
Instrument?
I was talking. Backstory doesn't matter. I've ordered violins.
Oh, you haven't heard? Pete is an avid violinist.
Viola?
Is he?
Whatever the thing is. Yes.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Violite?
Viola?
Then
Is it
I'm
viola?
excited.
It is viola, right? Right, I thought so. Okay, I think I said viola. This was viola, but yeah. Go ahead.
Then I'm excited. Maybe he can teach me.
Excuse me, Warlord, if I may interject, you did say that you were going to destroy him or spank him or whatnot when it comes to such matters. Now I think you're going to have to, I suppose, prove whether or not you're worthy of his tutelage.
He Tesla kind of gives us a little laugh. I'm a natural at instruments and the such.
Hoko at this point in time chimes in and says, "What's a violin?"
Well,
Have you heard of a string instrument?
Thinks for a moment.
like a bow?
Look, Joey, all right? He's never met him, but he's heard along the grapevine how good Pete is at playing the violin.
Did you make a violin one of his 9 plus 9
Did I?
skills?
You'll
How
have to
did-
see.
Oh my god. You I respect the choice.
And somebody with a +3 charisma has 3 skills. No. I suppose the skill ranks in it and his class skill. Like that's fucking solid. He's as good with the violin as Jorman was with the hammer. Right?
Yeah. Well, wait till next level. Be scared, okay? I'm gonna put in all my points in violin.
And
I'm gonna have +13.
I will nix it. I'll say nope. You can't go that many points in all in one level. Sorry, you have to learn over time.
I dislike you sometimes. No, that's actually fantastic. I love it, Jake. I'll still dance better than him.
Unless that's his second.
There's no
skill.
way you picked can't dance. I don't believe it. You can't change it again. Oh, or better. Okay, you can.
You don't know my sheet, all right?
Jake actually asked me, "Could I have only 1 + 3 so I could have a 4th + 9?"
I don't. What?
That's true.
I'm like, "No, that's unbalanced." He's like, "No. But it's for this and this." And I'm like, "All right. But
Oh
can I
my
ask
God.
why?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
respect.
He's like,
I respect
because
it.
there is no consort yet inside Clan Shadow, and Tessel needs a love.
Oh god.
You see, Pete the Cork standing outside of Tessel's window, holding a violin over his head.
Be the cork becomes the heir to Clan Shadow. He's chosen as worthy. Oh my God, that's.
Anyways, so Aaliyah, so you're bringing it back in so you can finish up the night because it's already getting very, very late. Aaliyah says that I think we have an understanding. Warlords, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems as though all 3 clans intend to attend and to what's what I'm looking for?
Sponsor.
Clan Vosk. Thank you.
Why Clan Vosk need to be represented? Because Hoko is known in the north. Can he
Yes.
not come on under Kushiboshi as he is under Kushi?
He looks at you a little perplexed, and then like holds out his cloak and says, "Vosk."
It would give us a little more strength if we bring another clan with us as
It
well.
would cost possibly favors to the wrong clan to secure sponsorship for Vosk when Vosk brings not much to the table. Other than the fact that we have just conquered them.
Irithel would think for a moment and say, "It's not exactly asking of a favor. You are putting your own neck out, and you're doing so for somebody you know well. I don't know Hoko too much beyond his reputation, and shall we say Buddy Lightspear is, he is known. He has a presence that others would recognize. Personally, Buddy, I don't find you all that threatening, but perhaps that's because I know you bend a knee to the warlord that you serve."
And you obviously haven't seen him wield a spear.
He shakes his head and says, "And don't intend to."
It allows us to bring a larger force when we march north as well. And let's be realistic here. We're going to be marching through at least 4 or 5 hostile clans that we know of.
Hoko would
Yes, then it
chime in
will
and
be
say,
known, I assume that Vosk is subservient to us anyway.
Hoko would kind of respond to like, also, it might be might be good for others to know that should they attack one clan, they potentially are attacking all clans, allowing Vosk to travel with and sponsored by clans Densho, Shado, and Kushibashi. That would mean that others know that Vosk is effectively protected by those clans. It gives a little bit more strength.
Okay. Then shall we commit to sponsor Vosk?
I see no downside to it. You have my support.
He nods and says, "We'll have to figure out who's going then. With me." When there's like an awkward silence, he goes, "There's this one milkmaid."
Just
He gets a drawn out laugh from Varys.
just be wise on your choice of who you bring. It represents not just yourself, but all three of us in our clans.
Says the fop who's escorting the fop.
Ain't no getting off this train. So, anyways, with that, I don't think there's any other details left to go over other than you guys understanding this and what we have to do afterwards. But Nick, you were gonna say?
No. With Hoko, we may select someone to escort you for political purposes.
He thinks for a second. He's like, "Oh, I was gonna take the opportunity to finally find myself a bride."
I imagine we all go together.
He looks at you and says, "Warlord, you're not the bride type."
Tessel stares at him blankly.
Barracks will laugh again, once again.
We will all go as a group to the north to show solidarity and union between our clans, to emphasize that Vosk is with us.
Yes.
Cool. And so with that, we can end the session. When we pick back up next week, we're going to be doing we're going to be picking back up in this council room, having a meeting about something else, but we'll just deal with that next week. I wanted to get this information in there because for the patrons that write events for the characters, they know that there's going to be one more session, I believe, for you guys in this month. Yeah. So they're going to be kind of plotting out what it is they're doing for their July ones or whatever, which will be the next month. So they're kind of like plotting out. They can plot out for what kind of events are going to take place while your characters are into there, because there will be a kingdom roll while your characters are into there, while you're traveling to the north and handling all of that. So hopefully they take that opportunity to behave themselves. Probably
I'm like
not.
so fucked. I'm losing like we don't get vacancy penalties, right?
They have a rotation order for who does what clan when. So it's not like Anno is going to start like bidding to be able to screw somebody over. But whoever's turn it is that Anno has for that month. Well.
So I hear that winter is just practically just going to be shit on Denture because we just got to deal with all these raids.
It was just Denture.
Has, sunning on the mountain doing nothing. There's nothing bad happens in winter. And there's a Fey problem with in the forest.
Yep.
Sure, yeah. Okay, what you're gonna have a bunch of illiterate, starving orcs at your door, and I'm gonna be dealing with angry Fey. Oh, what? Oh God!
Are gonna look at me.
To be fair, those angry illiterate orcs formed Kajinxi, so don't count them out there.
It's pretty sad that happens. Not gonna lie, like thinking about it, like realistically, right? It's kind of sad.
I'm saying, those are your people, right?
That is true.
Yep. Anyways, and also since you're bringing Aaliyah with you, gives an opportunity for Aaliyah to have her little backstory could potentially be looked into, which is nice.
I can't wait to lose my 10 to stability.
Thank you so much, Midnight. All right, so anything we want to go over before we get out of here? Like, again, reminder, I will be streaming tomorrow this week. On Tuesday this week, because I'm going to be playing a new video game I just downloaded from Pat to play with Pat. I'm probably going to stream Thursday this week for finally doing the Ethereum update to finish catching up to finish the Valorant one, so we can start posting onto Valorant and Valorant Town Hall the stuff for the next Valorant one, so we can finish kind of catching up all the Ethereum shit. So we can start moving forward with everybody, because there's some really cool Slumbering Queen stuff going on that I'm really excited to do. But yeah, so I actually thought of something, Joey, that I wanted to talk to you about. I thought it might be fun. So you and I should talk very, very soon. I'll actually DM you about something. But hey, Joey, if I DM you about this thing, are you then going to 33 seconds later tell everybody about it, like Anno and Steve, Joey? Or is there going to be 82 seconds? How long can I trust you for, Joey? Thanks, Joey. Okay. Sel, what are you up to?
Nothing much. I might stream tomorrow night. Haven't really decided what if I do. But yeah. I just do stuff. Be lazy. That's about it.
Cool. Jake, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think we're doing Inclimate tomorrow, right? Without Neil.
Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan.
And Cell's getting up at like 4 in the morning or whatever it is to fill in for Neil.
Yeah, I can do so. If
Actually,
needed.
next week, I won't be able to play, at least not for very long. I'm actually... Oh, wait, no. No, yes, wait. Oh, no. I thought I had an all-day conference call on Wednesday. It's actually on Tuesday. So I think I'll be fine. No, next week I'll be fine. So yes, we're playing Inclimate. Somehow without Neil. Haven't been able to find out.
So,
Honestly,
and Cell said
honestly,
he's going to join as a soldier.
I can make a quick character. No,
you want to
won't
get
take too
you want to
long.
get about... we go live at 7 a.m.
I can do it.
It's up to you. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to.
That'd be sick.
You are more than
I'd be-
welcome to. What level are you guys?
I really need another player because I think there's a trump card that we have. So
what level are you guys?
Let's we are 3.
Level 3?
Oh, I mean 4. Sorry, 4. Level 4. I'll just level my character.
Level 3, okay. Cell, why don't you go ahead and make a level 3 character?
Okay.
Perrin. You know. And have a few ranks in profession sailor, please. Because it makes sense. Nick, anything you want to talk about?
No.
Want to just go to bed?
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Let's find if there's somebody we can raid. Maybe we can raid. Who can we raid right now? I probably should have paused this whole time. Who can we raid right now? Oh, who's sure? Ooh. How about let's go raid Pat because this is literally the video game I'm playing with Pat tomorrow. So why don't you go check out Dark Alliance? Go check out Dark Alliance. I'll be playing it tomorrow, Pat. It's kind of like it's a remake of an old game, just done way better. All right, bye everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.